Okay, recording. Gotta do this video. Because it has been a hot minute. Actually, it's been like a hot month. And I was, the last that I was on here, I was about halfway through with Midnight Sun. And I was enjoying it for the most part. It did become to get repetitive, and I was personally struggling getting through the story and everything else that's, you know, being a wife and a mom. And also the editing and the problems with editing. Those of you that make videos, you know, things just happen, they get lost, crash, just don't want to jive, whatever. What is that towel doing there? I need to work on video proofing my house. Anyway, so I took some advice from a very well-meaning friend on a Saturday or Sunday. I was like, just take the day off. Just take the day off. You need to chill, you need to relax. I was like, all right. That was a month ago. And I have had every intention of actually vlogging while I was going to be outside underneath some beautiful palm trees, because it was going to be a very beautiful day that day. And so I packed books. Charger. Lovely. Oh well, whatever. Okay, so it's been like a month. Today is 21st of, what month are we in? September? Yeah, September. And they've been in here for a month. So, I am still just halfway through. I ended on page, let's see, what page did I end on? Probably where I last filmed. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh, I have some little notes and underlying, so I guess I did get through more. I just wasn't tabbing. Okay. All right, so I ended on page 382. 382. So I only have this much more to go. And I realized after having a day off that I didn't want to read anymore of it. Like, it wasn't that I didn't want to read it, it wasn't calling to me, just period. Like, there was no inner oomph to get back to the novel. And I don't want to blame it on 2020, but really, I kind of think I might have to, just a little bit, because it's kind of like, you know, it's been a really weird year, as it has been for the majority of people. Yeah, but my life really wasn't that much different because of everything going down and not being able to go places, which actually was a little bit depressing when I realized how kind of, I don't want to say boring, but just not the typical Miami lifestyle. Let's just put it that way. I'm a homebody. Anyway, that being said, I was just really tired of reading something that I was familiar with, and I'm just kind of also over the whole what's going on right now. And so I had also brought Into the Drowning Deep, and I am only this much through. I'm on page 122, and it's really boring. I'm going to actually go back and start rereading it because it's already been over a month, and this is like my fourth pickup. This I did not DNF. I did not DNF Midnight Sun. I pit it. I put it down on purpose, and I will eventually get back to it when I'm in the mood for something that I'm familiar with and I want to read. I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. It was just it was like a rerun over and over and over, and I just needed something new. All right, so for Into the Drowning Deep, what I'm planning on this one is that I'm going to start at the beginning. The beginning I very much enjoyed. And then when it gets to the parts that I do not like, which is pretty much, I don't want to say that it's really info dumping, and it's not the scientific stuff that I don't like. It's really the other characters. The only one that I like is Victoria at this point. So with all of the other characters, I think what I'm going to do is just have a notebook, skim, look for the important parts, and be like, okay, this person does this, and they're related to so and so, or this is how they got onto the ship or why they're there, just so that I have an idea of what's going on. But one thing I have to admit, and I know it's gonna make me seem like a total dork, but like in a bad, like stupid way, is that the name of the ship, and I don't know if I put this in another video or not. I should have tabbed it. Anyway, it's the name of the ship. Imagine. Right? No, it's not the name of the ship. It's the name of the entertainment company. Sorry. I've been teaching since 10 o'clock this morning, and it's like 5 or 6. Not that I taught until that time. It's just, I teach, what do I teach? I teach a few different classes. That's not the point. The point is, the industry name for this company is Imagine. And so these sentences would come up like, Imagine filled this, Imagine did this, and like my brain wanted to be like, imagination filled, or it was because of imagination that so and so happened. Like it, so I had to end up like nicknaming the company Mag just so that I could get through parts of it, because when it came with like sentence structure, it just didn't connect for me. So I don't know. All right, so the next book that I've been reading is Rebecca. Such a pretty cover. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. She also wrote Jamaica Inn, which I absolutely love. And so far we've gotten to the part where the lady that, I don't think the main character, as far as like the new love interest for the man, I don't think she's ever named. I could be wrong, I don't remember. And I tried not to look too much into this particular novel, but they've, I guess she's actually supposed to be the wife at some point. They've met alone, they've had coffee, etc. Now I know this is supposed to get dark, it's like a graphic novel, oh my, I cannot talk today. And I'm not going to cut any of this out. I'm going to pretty much try not to like edit anything. So for all of you I don't want to say edit Nazis, but like for all of you that like those really high-tech, polished, edited, put together, pieced all the raw stuff out, I'm just not really that type of a person when it comes to art. Sometimes the mistakes make the piece better, so that's just me. What was I saying? I've already lost my train of thought. I think I need a glass of wine. So, not graphic, gothic. Yes, that's it. So, don't know if I really want to read this one either right now. I don't know. We'll have to see. If it's something along the lines of And Then There Were None, where it's like this gripping thing, perhaps I can get through that. If it's going to be like an Edward, where it's just really kind of just over the top depressing, I don't know if I'm going to be in the mood to read this right now. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Still going to go for this one. I can handle the suspense and the whatever. I think I've heard that the ending isn't that great. It could have been executed better, but whatever. I bought this for absolutely selfish reasons. I started a novel back in 2011, 2012, and it's still in the process of being edited. It's supposed to be a huge series, and I might actually end up just keeping it as like a standalone, and it's just going to be one of those chunks of a book, or it could just be smaller ones, not even regular size novels. But one of my characters has siren elements to her, and she's a little vicious, and I hear a lot in the book community about how they don't like, you know, the really pretty sweet mermaids. They want them to have edge, and they want them to be vicious. So I bought this just basically for my own research, in addition to like a whole bunch of historical stuff about mythology. So we'll see. But again, my character is not like 100% siren, so she doesn't have to be that vicious. But yeah, she's got a bad side to her. But anyway, so that's that. Then I'm really excited about this one. I don't know if you can see this, but like, I have so many books. And it's not even that I have so many books, like I have another bookshelf on the other side of my kitchen. I've got this living room, kitchen, and then a whole nother living room on the other side. And so, like for this particular bookshelf, it's like really deep, and I actually used to keep all of my European board games on here. So I've got books in the front, books in the back, and then books stacked on top. I got tons. And anyway, but I had to get another one. But before I talk about this, I started listening to another audiobook, and I've listened to several. But I started listening to The Hating Game, and forgive me for not knowing who the author is off the top of my head. I meant to write a note, and that just didn't happen. So The Hating Game. I got to chapter 7 and was so thoroughly enjoying it. This was like 2 weeks ago that I stopped. I was like, I really think I need to buy this book. So that is probably something that I'm going to do this week. I think there's a couple other ones that I'm interested in, but I can't remember right now. And I don't know. Hating Game, fun, you know. So anyway, so this book here, oh man, where are my reading glasses? Hold on. I meant to grab them before I hit play. Or not play, record. Okay, don't ever do this with your glasses. Not good at all. I used to work for an eye doctor like a long, long time ago. All right. So this book, Wick, by Michael Bunker. Probably won't find anything on it on YouTube, but it seems really interesting. It is, the one that I have is the Omnibus edition, which is all of the Wick series in a bind up. And it's a survival story. Kind of like Rome was burning and you have to like, you know, figure out a way to like live and all that. But I wanted to read something because I don't know, I just found it like really heavy, but like in a good way. So in chapter 1, like the very first sentence, people aren't meant to live in cages. Though their first sunset experience comes from inside the warm enclosure of the womb, that is not their natural state. Their first true experience of the world begins the moment they are pushed out of that embrace. It is in that adrenaline-fueled rush into the open air of freedom that they gasp their first breaths and they begin their lives anew. It is odd then that individually they yearn for freedom, but in numbers they seek control. From the moment of their birth, that moment when they open their eyes and look up with blurry focus into the faces of their mothers, humans find a world that is hostile to their freedom. Their natural curiosity is checked as soon as they gain language. When they take their first tentative steps, they are curbed on all sides. Even when this is done for their benefit, it carries the seed of authority. Don't touch that. It'll burn you. Becomes, because I said so, that's why. Guidance piles into guidelines. Structure morphs into stricture. This is not a new story. There is nothing new under the sun. Anyway, I'm not going to keep reading, but it's great. And so after just another couple of paragraphs, which are very short, you are then introduced to your first character. So, interesting. I've heard great things about it, but again, it's not on BookTube, so I hope to be able to read it and enjoy it. I'll definitely be taking notes on this one. So yeah, that's that. I was looking on my bookshelf, just looking for like anything that I might want to read. And there's like, I have tons of books. Like I probably bought like 100 books since like January. And there's like nothing. Like, I love Poldark, right? But I know that Winston Graham's, this novel, this whole series is depressing because Poldark is always losing out, right? That's just how it is for Ross Poldark. Thankfully, he has Demelza, but anyway, what else? Dracula, love it. This is my, oh my goodness, I almost tripped on that cat thing. This is my, I believe, the oldest book that I own. It was, let's see, I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if the light's gonna be too bright, but you can see the year. Hopefully it's not reversed, but it might be, I don't know, because I'm filming on my phone. But this particular book is a library book from the Carnegie Public Library in Boise. And it was first checked out in January of 1940. And last checked out, at least from what I have here, January of 1941. This was actually kind of expensive, really expensive. I think the most expensive book that I purchased, other than maybe like a really nice Bible. I know Bible, Dracula in the same sentence, strange, but that's the truth. The Light Between the Oceans, I'm not calling my name right now. I read The Other Boleyn Girl about 3 months ago, loved it. I meant to do a review on it and I didn't, so I'm not going to read that one again anytime soon. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see what's here. Sophie and the Rising Sun. I've actually already have seen this film, written by Augusta Trabaugh. Excellent film, but I'm not in the mood to read that one either. Let's see what's over here. Let me just grab a few. Okay. Let's see. What do I have here? Okay. I can't sit down on the love seat. I have to sit on the arm. Okay. Letters to the Lost. Started it. Wasn't caring for it. I'm going to have to push through it, and I'm not doing that now. Anna and the French Kiss. Not sure if I'm in the mood for this. I'd rather read The Hating Game, but I have to order it because I really am not a huge fan of audiobooks. That's usually what I do when I'm going to take a nap or go to bed. I listen to something, or if I'm cleaning or something. But I prefer hands-on. So I have that. That's in the maybe pile. I don't know. To All the Boys, I've loved before. I have this and the second one after, which I think is P.S. I Love You or P.S. I Still Love You. And that one I heard wasn't as good as this one, and I don't know really much about it except for she writes a letter and it gets out, and that's all I know. Handmaid's Tale, really enjoyed it. Although I'm not done with it. I think I have like 2 chapters left. I don't have much. I need to probably finish that up. Put that with Rebecca and the mermaid one. Okay. The Alchemist, listened to it on audiobook, but I know that I fell asleep. It's just, doesn't matter how engrossing a novel is, it's like a lullaby for me. So I want to read that, but I'm not doing it now. Station 11, I heard it's really, really great if you just start reading, and I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to put that in with Sooner Than Later. Never Let Me Go. Oh my goodness. I never can remember how to say his name. Kazuo Ishiguro. Oh, such a phenomenal book. Probably one of my favorite books I think I've ever read. Just because it's just like, I understand and I don't understand. I understand more now than I did when I first was familiar with the story back in like 2007, 2008. That's good. I'm not going to read it again. Then I have all of the Giver ones. I only grabbed one of them. I don't even think this is the one after, but I could be wrong. I have no idea. Love The Giver. These are short. That's what I need. I think I need something short to kind of like just get me through this. I stopped reading and now I feel like I'm in a slump. And I just want to like Netflix and watch YouTube videos. And maybe spin some yarn. Maybe knit myself something. I haven't done that in forever. Not that I have a need to wear that in Miami, but I want to. And then I have a bind up of Jane Austen. But is there really anything that I want to read? No, because the one that I would want I think is not even in here. Because these are just the main 4. Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, and Persuasion. And I think the one that I want to read is Northanger Abbey. And I've already read all of these so many times. In fact, pretty much exclusively until like the last year has been primarily classics. That's what I read. That's what I read. And now I'm getting into more other things. Now this one here, I don't know if I've talked about it on my channel at all. Oh, by the way, my name is Belle. Hello. My author name is Hava. So I don't know how I'm going to introduce myself. I don't know if I'm going to say, hey, hi. I know I'm not going to have an intro. I'm just going to like jump into a video. So I don't know. You want to just put your opinion in the comments? That's great. All right. This is high on my TBR. Sin Eater by Campisi, Megan Campisi. This sounds so cool. It's about a girl who she does something that she's not allowed to do. It's a forbidden thing. I believe it's thievery. And her punishment is to become a sin eater. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But it seems really cool. And it's very funny. Pomegranate on this one too. And I hope that it's not a bad omen. Kitties, off the table! Anyway, I think that's it for now. I'm not going to go back over and grab any more books right now. I need to redo my bookshelf. That'll happen eventually. Alright, I hope you guys have been having a better streak with reading than I have. If there's anything that you think that I should read, or ones that you think that are not great and would be a waste of my time, even though you probably don't know too much about what I like, that's okay. You can still put your opinions down in the comment box. And I guess that's it. Have a wonderful day.